On November 29, 1970, a university professor and his daughters made a chilling discovery in Norway's Isdalen Valley, uncovering a partially burned woman lying among the rocks. Locally known as Death Valley, Isdalen carried a dark medieval reputation for suicides, making this desolate stretch near Bergen an extraordinarily grim and unusual place for a stroll. Carl Halvor Ass, a police lawyer among the first officers called to the scene, recalled a strong smell of burned flesh lingering in the cold morning air. The woman's body was badly burned across her front, face, and hair, yet strangely untouched on her back, suggesting she had thrown herself backward from an active fire. Forensic investigator Tormod Bonis noted the bizarre placement of personal items surrounding the corpse, including a watch and jewelry placed beside her rather than being worn. Investigators also found empty bottles of alcohol, sleeping pills, a broken umbrella, and the remains of rubber boots and nylon stockings scattered near the charred remains. A fur hat discovered at the scene was later found to bear distinct traces of petrol, pointing directly to an accelerant used in the horrific burning process. Lying on her back with her arms raised in a classic pugilistic pose caused by extreme heat, the victim presented an immediate puzzle to Norwegian law enforcement. Bergen police launched what quickly became one of the most expensive and exhaustive criminal investigations in Norwegian history, struggling from the very first hour with total anonymity. The dead woman carried no identification whatsoever, but the true horror of the case lay in the extreme lengths someone took to completely erase her personal history. Every single label had been painstakingly cut from her clothing, not torn carelessly, but excised with surgical precision from shoes, dresses, and underwear alike by an experienced hand. Manufacturer markings on her belongings were systematically filed or scraped away, while her fingertips were too badly burned to yield usable fingerprints at the grim scene. Although initial fingerprinting failed, a partial print later lifted from her sunglasses provided a rare forensic glimmer of hope for investigators trying to map her movements. Two mysterious suitcases linked to the woman were eventually recovered at the Bergen train station, containing an array of peculiar items that only deepened the unfolding puzzle. Inside the station luggage, detectives discovered spare wigs, foreign currency from multiple countries, eczema cream, and a pair of non-prescription glasses with no actual optical correction. The suitcases also held clothing with the labels removed, just like the garments found on her body, confirming a deliberate, systemic campaign to hide her background. Among the luggage contents was a small notebook filled with cryptic entries, setting off a frantic police effort to decode a suspected personal travel diary. When experts finally cracked the cipher, the notebook revealed a chronological log of dates and locations detailing extensive travels across various European cities and Scandinavian destinations. Armed with hotel records and witness testimony, police traced the woman's movements backward through Scandinavia, uncovering a startling trail of deceit spanning multiple countries and borders. She had checked into hotels in Bergen, Trondheim, and Stavanger under at least 8 different aliases, systematically constructing a shifting web of false identities across the region. Among her documented fake names were Genevieve Lancier, Claudia Tielt, Claudia Nielsen, Alexia Zarnmerchez, Vera Jarl, Fenella Lork, and Elizabeth Lienhauer, shifting aliases with practiced ease. Across all her hotel registrations, she consistently claimed Belgian citizenship, filling out official arrival forms in fluent German or French while interacting with local staff. Hotel staff remembered her as a well-dressed, sophisticated woman who always paid her bills in cash and kept mostly to herself during her various multi-day stays. Witnesses described her as appearing to be between 25 and 40 years old. standing approximately 164 centimeters tall with dark brown hair. Several hotel employees noted that she frequently changed rooms during her stays, exhibited nervous behavior, and occasionally wore stylish wigs to alter her outward appearance. In Trondheim, a witness recalled seeing her sitting in a hotel restaurant, accompanied by a mysterious man in uniform, though this companion was never successfully identified. Her ability to fluently navigate multiple languages and switch between nationalities baffled hotel managers who interacted with her across Norway's major coastal cities in 1970. Claiming to work as a traveling saleswoman and antiquities dealer, she provided plausible cover stories that allowed her to cross borders without raising immediate suspicion. Yet investigators found no business records, inventory, or commercial ties matching her claimed profession, proving her sales pitch was merely another layer of elaborate deception. The sheer scale of her movements across Europe suggested professional training, leading police and intelligence analysts to seriously consider the possibility of Cold War espionage. During the height of the Cold War, Norway's rugged coastline hosted sensitive military installations, making foreign intelligence operations a persistent concern for local security forces. Investigators wondered if her coded notebook contained dead drop locations or encrypted communication channels intended for foreign handlers operating within neutral or Scandinavian territories. Despite extensive international inquiries involving Interpol, foreign police forces could not match her description or fingerprints to any missing persons reports across Western Europe. The investigation faced a major medical turning point when autopsy results revealed the exact physiological cause of her tragic and untimely death in the valley. Medical examiners determined she died from a lethal combination of carbon monoxide poisoning and a massive barbiturate overdose ingested shortly before her body was burned. Toxicology reports confirmed high levels of sleeping pills in her bloodstream, indicating she was heavily incapacitated or unconscious before the flames were ignited around her. Police at the time officially ruled her death a likely suicide, concluding that she walked into the isolated valley and ended her own life under mysterious circumstances. However, the suicide verdict failed to satisfy the public or investigators, who struggled to reconcile self-destruction with the extreme precautions taken to erase her identity. Critics pointed out that a suicidal woman would rarely bother cutting every clothing label, removing watch markings, and maintaining 8 separate false identities across international borders. Decades later, modern advancements in forensic science breathed new life into the cold case, allowing scientists to extract precious data from preserved biological samples. Researchers turned to isotope analysis of her teeth, a cutting-edge technique that measures chemical signatures absorbed during childhood to pinpoint a person's geographical origins. The dental isotope results shattered previous assumptions about her background, indicating she spent her early formative years in Central Europe, rather than being native to Belgium. Specifically, the chemical data pointed investigators towards southeast Germany, near the historic city of Nuremberg, matching birth parameters, placing her arrival around 1930 to 45. This narrow window coincided with the chaotic final years and aftermath of the Second World War, a period notorious for displaced persons and lost administrative records. Could she have been a child survivor of wartime Europe, who was later recruited into clandestine intelligence networks during the tense geopolitical standoff of the Cold War? Investigative journalists from Norwegian broadcaster NRK and the BBC later revived global interest in the case, launching the acclaimed podcast series Death in Ice Valley. The media spotlight generated a massive online community of amateur sleuths and historians dedicated to pooling clues and examining archival records from 1970 onward. Despite public appeals and crowdsourced genealogical research, every potential lead investigated by journalists ultimately hit a dead end, leaving her true name frustratingly out of reach. In 1971, Norwegian authorities buried her remains in a zinc coffin at Mullendal Cemetery in Bergen, ensuring her body could be exhumed if needed. Only a handful of police officers and clergy attended the quiet funeral, paying their final respects to an unknown woman whose life story vanished into thin air. The mystery inspired intense speculation ranging from international espionage and spy rings to high-stakes prostitution gone wrong, or a targeted execution by foreign agents. Yet no definitive proof has ever surfaced to confirm whether she was an operative, a victim of foul play, or a troubled soul escaping a dark past. The painstaking removal of her identity markers remains one of the most calculated efforts ever recorded in modern criminal history, baffling generations of seasoned detectives. Every clue examined over the past half-century seems designed specifically to lead investigators down blind alleys, protecting a secret someone was desperate to keep. Even with modern DNA profiling and advanced international databases, the Isdal Woman resists final classification, defying every attempt to restore her stolen name and history. The valley where she perished continues to attract curious hikers and true crime enthusiasts who visit the remote rocky clearing to ponder her unresolved final hours. As decades pass into history, the Isdalen mystery stands as a haunting reminder of the limits of modern forensic science when confronted with deliberate state erasure. Without a confirmed name, hometown, or family to claim her, the woman found in Norway's Ice Valley remains an enduring symbol of unsolved global intrigue. Half a century after her grim discovery, the true identity of the Isdal Woman remains one of the most impenetrable cold case mysteries in European history. Whether her secrets died with her in the freezing Norwegian valley or remain locked in classified archives, her story continues to fascinate investigators worldwide today. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history's most baffling unsolved mysteries, cold cases, and unforgettable true crime investigations from around the world.